Okay, everybody. John Wick. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't John Wick. This is Keanu Reeves and a really interesting sci-fi replicas. That's what we're talking about today. And by golly, we did save it for the podcast here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first?
I will talk first. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, what shall we say about his Battlehawks, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land, and that gets me right here. We were at the game live, and I mean, for the most part, we had a great time, but yeah, it sucks when they lose. And, you know, I'm used to it. After all, I am a Cowboys fan. We do the same thing on the Cowboys side. Go to the playoffs, die in the first round. Of course, there is only one round in the UFL, so you're either in or out. That's all there is to it. So, and unfortunately, we're out.
But last year you had a pretty good season.
Well, yeah, it was the same thing. It was the season. Although our head coach last year, he went to a new team this year. He went to Orlando. They lost in the playoffs too. I really thought Orlando might go all the way, honestly. They only lost 2 games this season, so it was 8-2. They were phenomenal. They were so good. And unfortunately, DC just beat them in the playoffs. So it'll be DC and Louisville. And the funny thing is, the new owner, because The Rock has stepped away and we have new ownership now.
Oh, okay.
Get this, the new owner, you know where he's from?
St. Louis?
Louisville.
Oh, Louisville.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, conspiracy? Maybe. All I got to say.
That's all you got to say. Real quick, we're going to give a shout out. Sam. Good morning, Sam. Hello. Sam's in the house.
Good morning, Sam. Sorry, I got distracted because it looks like we didn't go live on Rumble, and I don't know why, because I had the link and everything. So I'll fix that afterwards. I'll fix it in post.
Fix it in post. We should have that as a clip. We really should.
I'll fix it in post. We'll fix that in post.
Yeah. Well, everybody, we are here to talk about a sci-fi movie called Replicas, and with Keanu Reeves, Alice Eve. There's just a whole plethora of folks. I'll bring it up on the screen here in a little bit when we get to the main event. So Mike saw this last week. If you don't remember from the show, he mentioned, thought it was pretty good. So we was like, well, hey, let's do that. Hey, also real quick, my brother's in the house, Mr. Michael Boster. Morning, boys.
Good morning. Morning, sir.
We're not boys. What are you talking about? I'm kidding. Oh, God.
No, we're more like old men.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to do this plug for my brother real quick. He is now inspired in writing a novel. Now, my brother is a voracious reader. He has a Kindle Unlimited account, and I'm telling you what, he makes money off of that. I don't know if he makes money, but they definitely lose money. I
was going to say, how do you make money reading?
Well, I shouldn't say it that way, but he reads so much. He's definitely get his money's worth out of Kindle, and I think they are losing money how much he reads.
Gotcha.
And he may post. I'll ask him how many books he read last year and the year before. He has tracked how many books he's read, what books he's read, and he'll reread series kind of thing. Like if he's reading a series of books and there's a new one coming out, like the next year or whatever, he'll go back and reread that series and time it just when he finishes one. It's the day when the new book comes out.
Holy cow. Dang, I wish I could do that.
He is just he reads so much. We've talked about it where he says, he says it's like watching a movie in his mind, and he reads. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here it is. I read over 200.
Holy shnikes.
He is voracious. So now he's writing. He's writing because we've been writing. Our friends in Nerdy or Murder have been writing. We've created this kind of writing. I don't want to say cohort, but this group that we're all encouraging each other in our writing. And so he has started writing. I read his first chapter, and I'm so excited for it. It's just really good. So he's just now writing. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's this character by the name of John Jack Valor. And you don't know his past, but he's good at what he does. He's a military. Well, he's not really an officer. He's a sergeant in the military. But his past, he was.
Does he have a special set of skills?
He does. And there's an homage to John Wick in it a little bit, where they're talking about his past, kind of a thing. But it's also sci-fi, so it's military sci-fi.
Oh, cool.
But if you're into, like, you understand guns and you understand military, he really digs in there. I mean, he talks about how this guy built his gun, all the pieces. It's a handmade or hand. I don't want to say handmade, but he chose every piece of the gun to piece it together into his specs and stuff like that. But I've only read chapter 1, and he gets zapped into I don't know what it is, some kind of UFO. It's like it's hard to explain, but it was good. It was like, okay, he's a cool military guy, and he goes out he's out in the wilderness, for lack of a better word, and all of a sudden there's he's gone to this wilderness area before, it's like it's the Mojave, and all of a sudden there's this big ship monolith kind of a thing there. So he goes to check it out, and he gets zapped inside of it. So that's what it seems. It looks like, or it kind of opens, and then he gets zapped. And the next thing you know, he's there. So I'm like, oh, so Scott, I have not read chapter 2 yet. I was staying up late watching a movie with Kelly. But I have chapter 2, and I'm reading it right after the show. I'm just saying. So anyway,
very cool.
There's a plug for my brother's book when it comes out.
Very nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right. So anyway, okay. I guess I could have. Oh yeah, he's here. He goes. It's here, Mojave, outside 29 Palms. So those that may know that he's doing he knows his research and stuff. He does his research but he knows guns quite well and military and stuff like that. So, all right.
Very cool.
I guess that was kind of technically part of my Geekdar. I should have done the Geekdar thing.
That's okay.
Do you have any geeky news?
I have no geeky news. I mean, technically my Geekdar could be geeky news, but we're going to do it as Geekdar.
All right, well, let's do this. We're going to go into Geekdar.
Go with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. It's not always.
I'm curious what's going to happen with Spaceballs 2, the new one, and and what they're going to have, because we'll have to get a clip from it too if they do something similar.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Get a new clip from them. Okay, yeah, we'll have to look for something. And I'm sure I haven't heard that Michael Winslow is going to be a part of it, but I would assume they're going to have him back.
I don't know. It's going to be an interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So
I know Rick Moranis is back, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
and that's his return to Hollywood, because he left Hollywood years ago and said he wouldn't return. But
yeah,
I guess he was like, for Mel Brooks, okay, I'll come back for you.
I'll come back for Mel Brooks. Yeah,
pretty darn cool, actually.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do? Let me do mine first, because yours is pretty good.
Yours isn't.
Well, compared to what you've got. So we'll let our
Okay.
audience let us know which is much more better. Ooh, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, look at this.
Which one do you have?
I have
Scream soda?
Scream soda today.
Nice. All right. I'm going to share my screen real quick, everybody. So last night I was watching a movie, as I referenced earlier, with Kelly, my wife, and it was Office Romance. It's on Netflix. And if those who have seen Ted Lasso, it's the one guy from Ted Lasso. The actor is Brett Goldstein, and with Jennifer Lopez, and then Betty Gilpin's in it. She's pretty good. She was in the movie The Hunt that I really liked. I thought was really good. So, but it's pretty much she is the president, CEO of her family's airline business. Edward James Olmos is in it, plays her father. And he is a British corporate lawyer who they do a nice job of explaining why he was there in America. His sister is in jail for murdering somebody.
Well, okay then.
But it speaks to not only his tie to family and how much he loves his family, but also how he is a good attorney. I mean, he's really good. But the only reason he's there serving as a corporate attorney for the airline is because of his sister being there. But he's there. He meets it's called Air Cruise is the name. So Jennifer Lopez's character's name's Jackie Cruz. And so it's just the office dynamics, plus they have this attraction for each other, but there is a zero tolerance policy on office relationships, kind of a thing. And so it's how the shenanigans of how they're hiding it, how other people notice things. And it is a romantic comedy. It is rated R. And the reason it's rated R is not because of language, because language isn't that bad. But fair warning, there is a scene in the movie that they show more than you think they should show. It's just but they do it really quick, and it's all for a comedic element. So I don't want to spoil it, but it's a little shocking. You're like, wait, what did I just see? And then you're like, oh, whoa, they just showed again. What? But it's all part of this comic gig, or just this. Well, it's all comic. It's comedic romance. Now, here's the thing. I didn't realize this, but IMDb gives it 5.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is 48%. Roger Ebert gave it 0.5 out of 4. And I'm like, really? I enjoyed it.
0.5 out of 4. Wow.
Yeah. 0.5 out of 4. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. That's the funny thing about it. I enjoyed it. The writing is great. It's really good. It's witty. It makes sense. It's not overly done. It's not, the comedy is just enough. And so, yeah. So, Brenda says, I almost watched this yesterday. Brenda, if you like romantic comedies, I encourage you to watch it. I would like to get her feedback on it, someone else's feedback. But Kelly and I really enjoyed it. We were 15 minutes of the movie going, this is really good. The writing is good. The way it doesn't seem, everything has its place, its purpose. And there is a mid-credit scene too, by the way. So don't miss the mid-credit scene, which is just kind of it kind of takes some of it takes the major premise and goes overboard with it. That's when it gets a little bit zany and stuff, but it's funny. It's hysterical. So,
okay.
It is actually a good movie. I'm surprised. I would give it openly as a romantic comedy, in the romantic comedy genre. I give it a 9 out of 10. That's how much I liked it.
Okay, cool.
I know. It's a good movie.
As far as IMDb scores and stuff like that, the movie that we're getting ready to review got very low scores. So we'll discuss the IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes and that kind of stuff with this film and everything. Because I got things to say about that. But
right on.
Regardless, so
all right, let's get to Mike. Mike, do you, Are you ready to screen share?
Yeah, sure. So a few weeks back, we talked about the fact that for our geeky news, that Ripaverse had announced a partnership with
Oh
a
yeah.
publishing company. I
Mhm.
forget what the name of the company is now,
That's okay.
but that was going to allow them into big box stores and stuff. And they said that was coming starting July 1st. But this morning, just for the fun of it, I decided to do some searching, and I found on Barnes and Noble they've got pre-orders for Ripaverse stuff. So like Bloodruth 3 is available, or for pre-orders. It's all for pre-order right now. Great War of Separations #4, Bloodruth Definitive Volume 1, so on and so forth. Yaira Enclave #2 and 3. Frost and Ruin. I want to get Frost and Ruin. Enclave, I haven't decided whether. Enclave 1.
Is Exclave? Is it Exclave
Or
or
I'm
Enclave?
sorry, Exclave.
Exclave?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
right. Exclave. I just don't know if I want to do the Exclave because it's a crossover and they're crossing over into all their titles, and I'm like, oh, you guys are doing this. I can't believe you're doing this.
Right. Sam says, "Wow, Eric's really expanding." Yes,
You ain't kidding. He is.
I looked up real quick. It's the Hachette group.
That's it. Yeah, hash it. But the nice thing is, so you only get the main cover. You can't get the exclusive covers. You have to go to Ripaverse to get the exclusive covers. That's why they're exclusive. But you get them for a nice price on Barnes and Noble and Amazon. And then of course Amazon, if you've got the membership there, you get free shipping over in Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, for that matter, I think if you're Barnes and Noble member, I think you get free shipping there too. So, so those are some pluses to get them there. Hopefully we will see them in the bricks and mortar stores soon, because he said with this deal, we could see them in Barnes and Noble. We could see them in Walmart, big centers like those, in the box store within the brick and mortar stores. So trust me, July 1st, I'm going to be down at Barnes and Noble. I'm going to be like, where's my Ripaverse? Where's my Ripaverse?
Where's that? That's awesome.
Where's that?
But that's awesome.
You can start pre-ordering them on both Barnes and Noble and on Amazon, which makes me really excited because that's just more places that they're available from, and it opens it up for more opportunities. And look at Steven putting.
I should have been wearing my Ripaverse hat for that.
Yeah, so there you go. So,
but instead I got my Indiana Jones hat on.
And I will warn you, they're a little difficult to search for. Because I searched for Ripaverse, and when I searched for Ripaverse, all I got were these titles. Which is the Eric July's How to Build a Creative Business, and then Bloodruth, The Great War of Separation, Bloodruth Definitive.
Can you click on his How to Build a Creative Business? Yeah. I'm curious to see when that releases or if it has.
Actually, it looks like you can get that now. So that one's Oh no, sorry. It does say pre-order.
It does say pre-order there.
Oh wow, it's it's set to be released on September 14th.
Okay,
that's significant. That's my wife's.
I think they'll catch up to where when they post it, it won't be so far out. That's been my one caution, I guess, for me with Ripaverse stuff has been. Remember how we've talked about in the past that when you order, how is it? You help me understand this better. When you order something, if you do one big order, then in some of it's pre-sale, you don't get any of it until that pre-sale comes out or something like that, right?
So the thing to remember with Ripaverse, if you're ordering from the Ripaverse site, and you're doing a pre-order, and you want other things, do them in separate orders, because if you order, so let's say, I ordered the issue #1 of, what is his name? Blue Shift. I can't think of what it.
Rodriguez?
Yeah, Rodriguez's book. But I'm trying to think of the character's name because it's not Blue Shift. Remember, we determined that. Anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
I ordered book 1. That's a pre-order, and it won't be shipped until October. So if I would have ordered, like, let's say, Yaira number 3 along with that, which Yaira number 3 is available now, I would not get Yaira number 3 until that other book
Because
released.
you did it all in the same order.
Right. If you do them in separate orders, though, and it's something that is available, they will ship it right away. In fact, they ship quick. If you're ordering something that is available now, in opposed to if it's pre-order.
If you're a big fan of the Rippaverse, and I think as they grow, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, I want to get that one. I want to get that one." You can do a whole bunch of separate orders, such as like what Mike's suggesting is if it's available, do that in a separate purchase. You can get it sooner. So then you're kind of doing a lot of separate purchases. But if you become part of their membership, they have I think it's like $20 a month for membership. You get free shipping. Right. So if you're part of that, so you're really kind of paying for your shipping, but it depends on how much you order. So you kind of got to do the math for you on, if I have to do all these as separate orders, of what's available versus what's pre-sale, then you have to figure out if that's going to be a big deal for you. There's some other perks. You get the Ripazine for free as part of their membership, which is nice. And
Ripazine almost always has a premiere of a character.
Yes,
each Ripazine, which is pretty cool.
Yep. And then you're part of an exclusive group. You get to vote on things. There's like a community that you can be involved with it as well. So,
and I think you get exclusive artwork too and stuff. I mean, digital artwork, not, not physical, but digital.
Yeah, I don't remember. So anyway, that's a way to do the shipping, but that's just one of the things, which is I think why there's a lot of what we're seeing on Amazon is a lot of like pre-sale stuff or putting it out there for pre-sale. Well, I like the pricing.
I think pre-sale is because right now it's the official date is July 1st. So I think once we hit July 1st, they'll start putting some of those back issues up there that you can get.
Ooh.
Right. And those you should be able to order them in, like, Amazon. You get it in 1 day, 2 days, which would be super cool. And then you get it for a little less price, a little bit cheaper than you would from the Rippaverse website, but each has its perks. So if you want a little cheaper, a little bit faster, go the Amazon route. If you want the exclusive covers, go the Rippaverse account, website. It all depends on how much you want to spend and
what your budget is.
Yeah, what your budget is, right? Which is mine's pretty low.
I'm right there with you, brother.
And here's Amazon. I just did. I searched for Soska, on Amazon and came up with
what, for the Soska sisters.
Yeah, came up with a couple of their titles and stuff. So, like I said, searching is a little harder. You try either, because Rippaverse isn't going to give you a whole lot. Try the different writers, so like Soska, like Eric July, Chuck Dixon. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. But search for the different writers and stuff, and you'll start finding those titles and everything. Hopefully, they'll put it all under a Rippaverse title. Ooh, there's Cursed. That's cool. Cursed,
too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So Bloodruth, I really like that character a lot too. But yeah. So
yeah, the best way if you're looking on Amazon is what I did, but I did the Horseman, Chuck Dixon, and it popped it up. And so there's a definitive The Horseman coming out, volume 1, that comes out in November. So is that the definitive Bloodruth? I see you showing that one. That one's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So you're getting several books together, which is kind of cool, really, to think about. So it just depends on what you're interested in. I think it does give you a chance to kind of see what the artwork looks like. It's really good. Even the coloring and the shading is really good.
Yeah.
it's just good stuff. And the writing's not bad either. So it does leave you wanting for more. I will say that. Once you read it, you're like, well, wait a minute. What happens next? You know, is that kind of a thing.
Here's the Definitive Horseman. So that's available on Amazon. And it's cool. This is cool. You can get in both paperback or hardback.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. And the Definitive Horseman, I think it's issues 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. With bonus material and behind the scenes commentary. So that's pretty darn cool. I only have Horseman number 1, so
I just have the Horseman Welcome to Floor Spark, like that one.
Right, yeah, that's number 1.
Is that number 1? Okay. I got confused a little bit on which ones were which, but
no, that's okay.
Yeah,
maybe Definitive might be the way to go. Then I can get all 3 issues in one book.
Right.
25 bucks isn't bad for the.
No, it's not. Everybody, I mean, normally when you do the pricing, it's around $30 for the books, but you get special edition. I mean, you're talking about which cover do you want, and the covers by who they are. I mean, who the artists are. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's got a nice little thing in it, but they always, you know, now we're getting Definitive Edition Volume 1, so now it's like, oh, well, okay, I don't need to buy the other ones, and I can get all 3 plus some bonus stuff for $25. Okay.
Well, and that's a great way to catch up too. You know,
so it's a great way to catch up. Yeah.
Now I have Bloodruth 1 and 2. I don't have number 3. So Bloodruth, I just ordered number 3. It seems like a waste to order the Definitive Bloodruth for me.
Yeah.
And Yaira, I have 1, 2, 3.
You got the special cover though, didn't you?
For Bloodruth? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice. It's sparkly.
Oh yeah. I love that cover.
It's a nice one. All right. Okay. Well, there you go, everybody. There's kind of a little bit of our geekdar and what's happening going on. Are we ready to go to the main event?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. It's time for the main event. All righty, everybody. We are here today to talk Replicas, the movie starring Keanu Reeves. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to have discussions about this movie. Mike mentioned it last week on the podcast. And one of the things that you said that I thought was really good that helped prepare me for this movie is this is not an action flick.
Yeah, definitely not an action flick.
This is not John Wick, repackaged or reskinned or replicated.
Nice. I like it.
That's so. All right. Do you want to give the premise of the movie?
Yeah. So John Wick. You got me thinking John Wick now.
Sorry about that.
John Wick movies. Those are great movies.
I love the John Wick movies. Yes. Please go on.
Replicas is a 2019 sci-fi film starring Keanu Reeves. This was a box office bomb, which is probably why no one has heard of it.
Yeah.
I had not heard of it until I finished watching Spider-Man Noir, and it popped up on my Apple TV, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And I checked out the little trailer and everything, and I was like, this looks interesting. So I decided to watch it that night, and I got to say I liked it. We're talking Keanu Reeves plays a scientist for this company, and basically they are trying to transfer people's minds right after they die into a android, and they have not been successful. And Keanu Reeves ends up being successful, but it's quite the ethical conundrum that happens within this movie. And that's actually why I like the movie, because there's so many ethical questions in this. Is this ethically? I'm saying that a lot.
That's right. It is the premise. I mean, that is the backbone to this movie.
Right.
Is presenting in a story format ethical dilemmas.
Right.
Keep going. Sorry. Go ahead.
So-
You were correct. I want to encourage you saying keep using the word.
Okay. All right. Even though I have trouble saying it. I would say that if you took iRobot, Robot Cop, and Frankenstein and put them in a blender, you would get this movie.
Yes, but with less action.
Well, right, with less action. It's not an action-oriented film. In that sense, it's not your typical Keanu Reeves film.
Yes.
But I think the ethical properties of this film make it a good sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. I think iRobot, those are great. And those are great analogies, connections, because iRobot, I think it was really originally a Philip K. Dick novel.
No, it was Isaac Asimov.
Was it Isaac Asimov did iRobot? Okay. And then, he's the guy who wrote Foundation, which is on Apple TV too, by the way.
Philip K. Dick wrote Do Androids Sleep, which is the premise to Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the first one. And then, but even then, you're talking about RoboCop. I remember seeing was that the movie we watched together way back when?
That's the movie that I met Brenda pretty much.
Yes. Yeah.
RoboCop has a special place in my heart. In fact, when the remake of RoboCop, which starred Michael Keaton, which was another reason I wanted to go see it. I mean, he didn't play RoboCop, but he played the
Kinnaman. Kinnaman was the guy. Yeah.
Right. But when that remake came out, I took Brenda to see it for Valentine's Day that year because it came out right around Valentine's Day. I had a lot of people going, "Why in the world would you take your wife to RoboCop for Valentine's Day?" And I'm like, "You don't understand. It's the first movie we watched together." So the original was our first movie we watched together. So
yeah.
So it's got a special place. I love RoboCop. I think it's a great movie, and I even like the remake. The remake was pretty good.
I enjoyed the remake. Joe Kinnaman, that's his name. Whew. He was also in another one's kind of a similar story, kind of to some of this. Was it's on Netflix. He did the first season, which I thought was great. Then Anthony Mackie played the character the second season, and the premise is you can move your consciousness into another body. It's kind of the same. Why can't I think of the name of that now? That's going to drive me crazy.
Because you're getting old.
Yes, that's true. True.
All right.
Here, let me see. Let me do it real quick. Netflix, because it all ties into this theme. Netflix movie with Joe Kinnaman. Kinnaman. I'm not spelling it right, but I don't care.
Excuse me.
Joel Kinnaman. Altered Carbon. There he goes. Altered Carbon. The first season is great. Second season's okay. First season's great, but it's based on
the title's cool.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's the same concept of, well, this one is you transfer it to another human body and you make clones of the bodies and stuff. So there's some parallels here. So Replica is not a new idea.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's a new idea.
Right. But it is the one, just to come back to, just to strengthen your argument, it is the one that deals more heavy with the ethical dilemmas than the other ones do.
It also throws out the fact that we as a society have become even more afraid of death today than we have ever in the past, in my opinion, anyway. And again, I think this brings up good fodder for conversation and such. So in that sense, I think it's a good sci-fi movie. Okay. It may not be the best Keanu Reeves movie. That's for sure.
But he acts very well in it, though.
Oh yeah, I think everyone acted well in it.
Everyone did well.
The visual effects weren't the best, and we'll discuss that a little bit too.
Okay.
But if you set aside the visual effects and you just look at the story in general, I think it's just a good sci-fi story. That's my opinion.
It is a really good one. Yeah.
And as far as ratings go,
What do you want to do for the scale?
Oh, I had this picked out last night. We're doing clone pods.
Nice. Clone pods. Okay.
I think you have to do clone pods for this. I would give it 7 clone pods.
Okay.
I take off a little bit for the
visual effects.
Visual effects, they're not great. I'll
And this came out when?
This came out in 2019.
Right, but it was made when though? Because
it was made 2016, and it sat on the shelf for a few years, and then it came out in January. January is kind of the dump, well, the movie's not going to do that good. We'll just dump it in January. Nobody's going to go see it anyway. So,
right. We may get some because we're not having to pit it against some other movies that look really good. So everybody throws their junk movies in January, it seems.
Right, exactly. And that's what happened with this film, which is probably why none of us had heard of it before. But
yeah,
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth a watch. As far as our question we normally ask, is it worth seeing on the big screen? Well, you definitely can't see it on the big screen now. And I don't think you had to see it on the big screen. I don't think that was important at all for this film.
Yeah.
But I do think it's, let's see, what did I watch it on? Did I watch it on Amazon? I can't remember what it was. Amazon Plus.
Well, if it popped up from
some Prime.
Spider-Man, it would have been Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. That's what I'm
Prime.
Yeah, I said
that's how I watched it, was Prime.
So if you got Prime, I think this is well worth watching. If you want a good movie to just sit down and watch, you ain't got nothing else to do, and you want a decent sci-fi movie to watch, I think this is it. I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb or any of those say, because they give it terrible scores. But yeah, I thought it was a decent sci-fi flick.
Yeah. I liked it because if you were a sci-fi fan, it is truly that sci-fi philosophical genre. Because if that's what you like in your sci-fi, this is a movie for you, because it deals with those questions, those difficult questions. Should you or shouldn't you with human life? It deals with the ethical dilemma that you don't have a choice, and you have to make you're in a situation where you have to make a choice, but that choice is horrible. In other words, you can't get around it. You've got to make a very difficult choice, and that happens a couple of times. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But the ethical dilemmas that are involved in there, and Keanu Reeves did a great job. His character arc, he was just in the film itself, and it changes who he is or how he approaches things, and because of the trauma of making decisions, and it's not an easy watch at times. Because of the horrible things that occur.
And he makes horrible choices too.
Yeah, and it's tough. So I can see where some people don't like it, because I got the feels through it. In other words, I'm like, I felt the tension, and that's cool for a movie to be able to do that. You know what I mean? That you're like, ooh, there's one thing that happens, and then there's another thing that happens. And then there's another thing that happens. And I'm like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. And openly, there's some sequences. Hey, everybody, I had to do some Steven skips, but not because.
Oh, really?
I did, but not because it was boring. It was, I can't take anymore. I can't take any more of the philosophical dialogue. And not that it was good. Not that it was terrible. It's weighty, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Ooh, I don't know." I just like, "Oh, okay." Well, there were some Steven skips in some parts. It was like I was like, "Okay." It was kind of like the when we were talking about the Penguin movie. It's like, okay, he's walking down the stairs, skip 10 seconds. He's still walking down the stairs, skip 10 seconds. There were scenes like that because it did move slow in some ways.
I didn't get that feel. I felt it moved pretty quick. It's
really,
there wasn't action, but I felt like we moved from scene to scene very quickly. I didn't think there was like any. I don't know.
Yeah.
You and I look at movies a little differently. So
yeah, well, we do. So, well, that's why we're talking.
That's
so,
right.
anyway, but I will give it the same score, a good 7 out of 10 for sure.
Thanks.
It's yes, I agree with you on some of the visual effects were a little quirky. Some of them were pretty interesting, pretty good actually.
There wasn't a whole lot of visual effects in this.
There were not. There were not actually.
That comes in more to the end of the film. Well, you have a little bit at the beginning because we got the scene with the android at the beginning, which kind of sets everything up, and then we got more of it at the end, and that's where the majority of the CGI or VFX come into play. So
yeah. So the cool thing is 7 out of 10 clone pods, and I did enjoy it. I didn't skip the last like 40 minutes of it. I didn't skip that, but
I would hope not. The third act goes pretty quick.
It does. No, it was just
moves fast.
It was just some of the weighty stuff in there, and I was like, and I don't know if I was just tired. I was like, I don't know if I can handle any more of this stuff that he's having to go through. Kind of a thing.
I mean, emotionally, it's heavy. Why do you say that? It is the oh shoot, I can't think of it. The imbalance. Oh gosh, I can't remember the Back to the Future line. I was trying to remember Doc's line when Marty always says heavy.
Oh yeah, you keep saying that. Is the atmosphere heavier then, or something like that?
Yeah. No, gravity is
gravity.
The gravitational pull in the future heavier or something. That's what it was. Something that.
Yeah. Whoa, that's heavy, Doc. Yeah.
All right.
That's good. All right, we ready? Okay, everybody, we are headed into spoilerific territory. We are going to spoil the crap out of this movie.
So, real quick, some production trivia. So again, this was a box office bomb. It has heavy sci-fi concepts. If you look past through the rough CGI, but it's a gold mine for geek culture and philosophical debates.
It is.
The film was filmed in 2016, but it sat on a shelf until it was dumped in theaters in January in 2019. The budget was $30 million, which I would actually say is kind of low for movies today.
That was 10 years ago.
Right.
So what is here, let's do this. Let me just ask the question.
Well, while you're at
what is $30 million in today's money? Oh, I didn't say 2016. I'm a dork. Let's go. What is $30 million in 2016 in today's money? It's thinking. 40, so $42 million.
$42 million. Well, it opened to
that's low.
Oh yeah, that's low. That's low for Hollywood standards. It opened to a disastrous $2.3 million, the lowest wide release opening of Keanu's entire career. And it sits at 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it, and I don't remember any kind of ads for it or anything like. Because I like Keanu Reeves. I really like Keanu Reeves.
Me too.
And it's sci-fi, so I wonder, did it just not? I don't know. It's hard to say, but anyway.
And maybe that's another reason it didn't do any good, because maybe there was no promo for this movie. There's just no promotion for it.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't think it's a terrible movie. Okay, and this is the interesting fact. The VFX team actually used video game development engines for real-time rendering of the android Subject 345 to save money and time, which explains why the mechanical graphics feels a bit loose. which is true. Which is
Hmm.
very true.
And there wasn't a
It does
lot
look
of it
very-
either.
Do what?
And there wasn't a lot of it either.
No, there wasn't. The screen time, I would say, so you get the first scene with the robot, and we're talking maybe 2 minutes at most.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end, maybe another 3 to 4 minutes with the robot, possibly. So,
Mm-hmm.
and this is all just my guesstimation. So maybe 6 minutes screen time for the robot at the
Mm-hmm.
most. I would think that's what I would think. It was not much screen time at all. That would be interesting to go back and time those and find out exactly.
But you figure you've only got a $30 million budget.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
right.
yeah.
In 2016, but
Yeah.
in 2016, there were still movies that had better visuals than this did.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
right
probably because they were on a budget. They were like, hey, we'll give you $50. I'm like, what do you mean $50 for visual effects? Okay, we'll give you 100.
Okay, I'll put out a 16-bit character.
Well, we're gonna have to use the Unreal 4 engine. I don't even know if they had probably 2 engine. 3.
No, I think Unreal would have spit out something better than this. I've seen Unreal. I know what Unreal can do. There's a reason why it's called Unreal, because it's almost unreal what it can do.
Here, let's ask this. Let's go. What video game engine did the movie Replicas from 2016, released in 2019, use?
Interesting.
Didn't use a traditional single video game engine for its visual effects. Instead, to save money on expensive previs and early CGI, the production team used iClone, a suite of 3D animation software tools frequently used by video game developers. Because iClone is highly integrated with real-time technologies, it served as a democratizer for the film's visual effects. The specific real-time pipelines and tools they used were iClone 7, Perception Neuron, and Character Creator. And that's pretty much it. So iClone 7 is for design, previs, and early CGI sequences to bypass the high cost of traditional industry software. Perception Neuron is a motion capture system worn by Keanu Reeves to map and create the CGI character animation. And Character Creator is a standalone tool used to generate realistic animation-ready 3D digital doubles for actors.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I find it funny that I clone, and this is all about cloning.
Right. That is pretty funny.
That's kind of ironic if you think about it. Oh, and Keanu Reeves uses the whole Iron Man type of computer system in this, where everything's virtual and in the air. And
yes. When did Iron Man come out?
2009-ish. It was earlier in 2016. I know that.
2008.
Yeah. Oh, I was close, man. Oh,
you were very close.
Good guess. Yeah, I knew Iron Man was before this. So, yeah. But yeah, that's what kind of reminded me, those scenes where he's doing all the computer stuff, and it's all got the virtual headset on, and he sees everything in front of him, and he's just moving things around with his hands and all. It's Iron Man. It's Tony Stark. Tony Stark does that. So I thought that was kind of cool, though. I like that. That's pretty neat stuff. Okay. Anyway,
let's see. Hang on a second. Let's see. We're behind on some discussions here. Let's see. Your sister pops up and says, y'all need to watch The Burrows on Netflix. We do. I watched it and loved it.
Burrows.
It's pretty
I don't
good.
know what that is.
It's on Netflix. It's actually pretty good. Alfred Molina stars in it. The guy who plays Doc Ock.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's really good. 7's a good score. My brother says Unreal Engine, maybe. Yeah.
No, I think it was too early for Unreal.
Oh no, he said Unreal 4 was the top in 2016.
Okay. All right. Well, if it was top, it definitely didn't use it in this movie.
Right. Definitely didn't use it.
I'm telling you, I think Unreal was too big for this movie. Too good.
Yeah, they probably couldn't afford it. That would have probably doubled. I wonder how much those engines are. You know what I mean? If you're going to use it to make a video game, like we're going to use Unreal 4 for our engine, I wonder how much they charge for that.
More than we got. If you want to subscribe to...
Right. Here's a perfect thing. Hey, everybody, please support us on our Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/2geeks, the number 2 GEEKS, .com. Yeah, we'd appreciate it because we're paying for all this extra stuff to go podcasting and go live and stuff. It costs money, folks.
And then who knows? Maybe we could get Unreal.
Right. And then soon we'll clone ourselves, and that's how we'll do it. We'll just use AI.
Yeah, we'll just use the clones and AI, and they'll do the podcast for us, and Steven and I'll just sit back and relax.
Yeah. How much?
I mean, Keanu kind of does that in this movie too, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't use AI though, but I guess AI would play some kind of role in that eventually.
Do you think both the android and him still get paychecks?
You know, that's a good question. That is a real good question.
Is what?
She asked if the android and Bill, Keanu Reeves' character, if they both get paychecks from the company.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Unreal Engine is free to download and use for students, hobbyists, and companies generating under $1 million in annual gross revenue. Above this threshold, pricing depends on your industry. Game developers, a 5% royalty applies, but only on lifetime gross revenue exceeding $1 million per U.S. product.
You did that wrong. You're supposed to go 1 million.
$1 million. Revenue earned through Epic Game Store is completely exempt. Interesting. Non-game industries, film, architecture, companies making over 1 million annually that use the engine for non-interactive projects or custom enterprise applications are subject to a seat-based subscription of $1,850 per seat per year.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. There you have it. There you are. Oh, Michelle, we did say that. I have seen the Burrows. Real quick, she was saying, hey, she had to step away, and so she wouldn't hear her responses. I've seen the Burrows. I loved it. Kelly and I just about, I mean, we watched it over like 3 nights because Kelly was just, we were like wanting to watch the whole thing. It's really good. Mike, you got, I think I mentioned on the show that when a couple of weeks ago that we had finished watching it.
You may have.
And yeah, it's good, but that it would deserve a whole show kind of a thing, but it's pretty good. Also,
Brendan and I are watching Dutton Ranch. So far, we were liking it.
Oh, good. I wondered.
Man, you talk about some emotional weight, though. Dang, all the crap that happens to them. Phew, that's crazy. But we're enjoying it. I still think Yellowstone's the best, but it's good. It's really good. I mean, it's Rip and Beth. They're the 2 best characters. So
yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. Okay. Anyway, continuing on, we've kind of scrolled a little bit there, but on replicas. Okay, what else do we have about on the show notes?
That's all I got as far as facts go and stuff. And then, like I said, if you took iRobot, RoboCop, and Frankenstein and put them in a blender, and you took out the action part of it of those films, this is the movie you would get. There are specific reasons I picked those 3 films though, because iRobot, I compare the android in this. I think it looks a lot like the iRobot one, and there's just some things visually remind me of iRobot. And iRobot's another movie that got horrible reviews that I actually really liked. I enjoyed that film. I thought it was a good movie. Mm-hmm. RoboCop, in the sense that the company basically says that they own his family after he's cloned them
in replicas.
And RoboCop's the same way. The company owns RoboCop. You know, And it was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's total RoboCop feel right there. And the fact that they're trying to clone dead soul, or well, not clone them yet, but they're trying to take the minds of dead soldiers and put them into androids. So
Yeah.
that's another feel towards RoboCop. And then the Frankenstein part of it, he's just basically Dr. Frankenstein, but he's got different motives, you know.
Yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein plays God just to create life.
Yeah.
Where he's playing God to bring back his family. So, but essentially they're doing the exact same thing and just using different tools and such, and different methods. But,
yeah, like rather than reanimating a dead body, it is cloning a body that takes 17 days to cook.
Which kind of sounds a little bit like my book.
That's right.
Immortality Code. Shameless plug right there. So
that's right, by golly.
And you can pick up Immortality Code on Amazon also. So when you go look up your Rippaverse, go look up Immortality Code.
Yes.
By Michael L. Shanks. There's an L in there. So So one of the things I found interesting about this film, so when Keanu Reeves is in the lab and everything, his partner and best friend Ed tells him the donor is here, and that phrase just stuck in my mind. Donor, yeah, he's a donor, all right.
Well, I didn't think much of it openly. Oh, the donor's here, and then they're wheeling in this body, but you're like, well, what do you mean donor? They make the comment, did they sign all, or, do we have the approvals or whatever, kind of thing.
Right.
And
which they're making it sound basically it's like part of the organ donor system.
I thought so. Yeah, that's just where I was at. I was like, okay. But then when they threw them on the table, you see all these gunshots in them and stuff like that. You're like, huh. Wait a minute.
Yeah, he's
dead,
Jim. Right?
Dead, Jim. Dead, Jim. Dead.
He's a donor, right? All right. The military donated him, is what it was.
Well, I thought that was the nice twist, though. Here's a spoiler, everybody: is for this whole movie, you're thinking they're a biomedical company, until the end, and you realize they ain't a biomedical company. And so then my brain, when they revealed that, my brain went back, oh, these are their employees, because what's the big push? I think what you're leading to is how they, when you were saying just a minute ago about, well, that's their property. His wife and kids were their property.
Right.
And it all got revealed at the same time. Well, that's our property. And then I went back to this scene, the donor, and I was just like, oh.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think anyone who's a soldier and if they die, as soon as they die, they become biotech, whatever it's called.
Bio9. It reminded me of Cyberdyne.
Oh, okay. But
I was like, that's a nod to Terminator.
Yeah. But yeah, then they can become property of that company, is what it is. And RoboCop's the exact same thing. Once he died, basically his body became property of whatever the company's name was that developed RoboCop. I can't think of what it's called, but it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, that's just sick and twisted.
Right. That's going to drive me crazy now. I'm sorry. What is the name of the company in RoboCop? Omni Consumer Products, OCP.
OCP. Yeah, that's exactly.
That was going to hurt me for a while if I didn't answer that. Sorry.
So yeah, the donor thing really got me as soon as I heard it. I was like, oh gosh, that's just horrible. I hate it. I mean, I'm not saying it's horrible writing. I'm just saying that's a horrible thing. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My brother posted. He goes, OCP. Of course he would remember. He puts me to shame.
As big a RoboCop fan as I am, I should have known it, but some details slipped my mind. one of the other things that struck me in this movie is when Keanu, Bill or William, whichever you want to call him by, and he's discussing with his wife Mona what happened at the office and stuff. Which I thought that was hilarious. His buddy shows up and he makes the comment, "Did you get fired?" And then he's carrying his youngest daughter Zoe, and Zoe goes, "What's fired?"
Right.
and then he makes the comment about the android, and what was the word he used? I can't remember what the word he used, but she then went, "Well, what's that?" I just thought it was funny how she was like, "What do these words mean? I don't know what they
Yeah.
mean,"
Yeah.
and stuff and everything. But anyway, there's kind of a philosophical conversation between him and his wife when he tells her that the android, that they tried to imprint the mind of the soldier into the android's body, but once it became aware, and once it became aware, it started tearing itself apart. It rejected the android body.
Mm-hmm.
And she made the comment that you can't just go killing all these people and bringing them back. A human body, a human is more than just their mind. There's a soul also.
Mm-hmm.
And such. And he's just like, no, it's all electrical impulses. And that's
Right.
another area where it reminds me of Frankenstein, of
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Frankenstein. He at first doesn't take in the idea that, the human existence is more than just electrical impulses and such
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked how that kind of highlighted the difference between his scientific mind versus her mind as a doctor. And I thought that was just an interesting comparison for the two. So,
Yeah.
again, good sci-fi. Good sci-fi makes you think, and it makes
Mm-hmm.
you discuss things and whether things are right or wrong. And I think this movie does that.
Yes, it does. Definitely does. Definitely.
And then and I'll give it another critique. The cloning pods.
Yeah.
I thought they were too small.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I saw those when they brought them in. I'm like, really? You're gonna make a human being in that small little box?
Right. When it was in the back of the van, I was like, they do look a little small.
Uh-huh.
And then it looks a little bit bigger when they were pulling them out of them. Or
Yeah.
when they pulled her out of it. Yeah.
Now you did get kind of a horror aspect, when she's cooking in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's almost like she's in a fetal position, and then she slams the wall, the glass and such. And there is kind of a jump scare there and everything, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I just thought, I'm like, those pods are too small. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when they bring the pods in, so they steal the pods and all the equipment from Bionine or whatever the company is. They steal everything to be able to do this and everything because, William's family dies in a car accident. They're on their way for like a weekend trip to,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they were going.
Go fishing, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it was a boating trip they were going to go on and such. And there's a storm, and he has an accident, and car goes off the road and goes into the water, and his wife, his son, and his two daughters are all killed in the car accident, which is, I mean, that's pretty heavy grief right there.
It is.
Your entire family wiped out in one car accident. That's
Mm-hmm.
a lot for one man to handle.
Yeah.
And again, it brings up the whole ethical question of, is what he's doing right?
Yeah.
And this is where I come up with the idea that we as a society have decided that we can't handle death anymore. You know,
Mm.
and I'm sorry, this is a real thing. You know, and I know some people are probably going to get up in arms about this, but
Say it.
it's like, you know, people don't want to have funerals anymore. They want to have celebrations of life now.
Oh, celebration of life services.
Yeah, I don't want to do a funeral. I want to do a celebration of life. You know, okay, well, in my opinion, you need to have the funeral too. You know, I don't see anything wrong with having a celebration of life later.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's okay. That's fine. But a funeral is not meant for the person who dies. A funeral is meant for those loved ones of that person that died.
Mm-hmm.
And that's to give them grief time. That's the point of a funeral. The point of the funeral is not for the person who died. It has nothing to do with that. It's so those around him or her can grieve. That is the whole point of the funeral. And we as a society we've decided we can't accept death anymore. And I think this movie is a perfect example of not being able to accept death.
Handle it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he can't handle it so badly that he's willing to copy his family, make a copy of them. And there's part of me that understands that grief, you know. Yeah, that would be difficult to accept your entire family killed in one swoop. But at the same time, you know, life comes to an end. It's part of the cycle. And eventually we have to accept that. So it's another reason I think this is a good movie. Because it brings up those kind of questions and such.
Yeah. It does handle the whole thing on, you know, really the fear that we all have about death or losing someone. Really, I think in this case it really is about losing someone that you love. And I thought it was very apropos when he reveals everything to Mona, his wife, just kind of the whole story. And he's like, what would you have done? Because he asked her, what would you have done? Because she was upset about it, you know, learning. But you saw that balance of her. She was angry, but then when he said that, she reached out and grabbed his hand, like, oh, you know,
right.
I probably wouldn't have. Now that you've asked me, I probably would have done the same thing.
Right. And I get it. I understand it. I just don't totally agree with it.
No, that's okay. That's the whole point. I think that's one of the whole points is having us wrestle with these really difficult issues.
Good sci-fi makes us cringe a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that was the whole thing with Blade Runner too. I mean, and then, you know, what is real, or when am I real, or am I alive kind of questions.
Well, and this kind of touches on that too. Cause is his family real after this point?
Right. That's the, hey, do you remember in WandaVision where, and I did not Steven skip this part of WandaVision. He gave me so much static. I remember it was funny. But there was a scene where there was the Vision and the White Vision. I don't remember what he was called.
Yeah.
And they were kind of fighting it out, but then Vision brought up the whole thing about the ship of Theseus.
Yes.
And that's the philosophical argument. If you have the ship and you're repairing it and stuff, and you get to the point where you replace every single board, every single post, mast, every part of it has now been replaced in keeping it. Is it truly still the ship of Theseus? And I think that's kind of what we have here a little bit, is that concept of, well, I replaced their body, and really it's just a map of their consciousness. So is that really still Mona or the wife and the kids?
Right.
And
like she said, a human still has a soul.
Right.
Right. So did you put their soul in there?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and I liked how she brought that up.
Yeah, it was
Brenda
really
said,
good.
"Heck, the death scene was pretty Final Destination like."
Oh, at the beginning? Yeah, because in the commercial or in the trailer, you saw that, there's this big truck coming on board, and you're like, oh, they're swerved and went over, over trying to avoid the truck or the semi late at night during a crazy storm. And I'm like, oh, here we go. I was preparing myself. I'm like, oh, well, they're okay. So I wonder, and about the time you say, I wonder what happens is the
Boom.
tree branch falls, spikes the wife,
Right.
just impales her, and then he goes over. And then, you know how I feel about kids in movies and dying and stuff like that.
Sure.
It did it respectfully that you didn't see the kids. You knew they were under the water, but you didn't see it.
Right. And this isn't like the kids are getting murdered. This is an accidental death.
An accident. Yeah.
Right. And it has purpose towards the story. So
Yeah,
I
it did.
I don't necessarily
was
think
good.
there's anything wrong with this type of.
It handled it very well.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I don't think this applies to your normal rule.
Right.
Really. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my I mean, that's me.
That's what I'm saying. Yep, you're absolutely right. Now let's talk about my other rule. So at the end, you know how I don't like bad guys to win.
Yeah,
I struggled a little
I
bit.
don't
with
know
this
who
ending.
won in this.
Right?
Right.
This
This is the major thing I wanted to discuss with you is the end, because I was like, I just don't know how I feel about this end. And
right.
And again, that doesn't make it a bad movie, but
No.
it opens up for conversation.
It does. And so it's what makes it a little different for me. It's not like one like Arlington Road, which, gosh, that movie aggravated me at the end. I couldn't handle it.
I don't know that movie.
It's actually not a bad movie. It's Tim Robbins and Jeff Bridges. And the ending frustrated me. I'm going to spoil it for everybody. So if you want to see it, see it. But the good guy does not win at the end.
Oh, well, speaking of that, so I read, do I have my book here? I don't have it here. I think it's in the living room. I read Yasuki.
Yeah.
By Braxton Cosby.
Yeah.
I like the book.
Yeah.
I like the book. I hated the end. I was pissed.
Oh.
I almost want to have Braxton back on just so I could yell at him. I hated the end of the book, and I won't tell it because I'm not going to give
It's probably based on it's based on the true story, isn't it?
Well,
it's historical fiction.
It's loosely because we actually don't know what happens to Yasuki.
Oh, okay.
So I was so mad.
So
like,
what? Yeah.
Did what?
And that's kind of what we have with this movie, because the main bad guy, and he was an okay villain. Go ahead.
Let's set up the whole end of the film.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is a major spoiler. So if you don't want to know what happens at the end of the film, please stop watching us right now and then go watch the movie. It's available on Amazon Prime, and then come back, and then you can
comment below. We'll catch the comments.
Yeah, definitely comment below. But anyway, so at this point in the film, the company is after him and his family because they realize he was successful at imprinting a dead person's mind upon a cloned body is what it is at this point. They were trying to imprint on androids, but now this changes the whole thing because they successfully cloned 3 human beings and transferred their dead mind into the clone bodies. So at this point, the company is out to get them, find them, because they want to keep Bill working for them to do this for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they are on the run. At one point they catch up, they capture the family, so on and so forth. They kill his best friend. That was heart-wrenching because I liked his buddy. I thought he was a good guy. who went through some hell through this movie. I mean, because William, Keanu Reeves, tells him, get rid of my family's dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, really? You're going to make your best friend do that? That's terrible.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
was a tough one.
And then he tries to make him decide which kid not to bring back, because he only has 3 pods, so he can't bring back all 4 of them.
Yeah.
So and Ed draws the line. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. You're going to make that decision. I am not going to do that. I refuse to. And kudos on him. I'm glad he did that.
He set up his boundary.
Yeah, exactly. It was about time, because he didn't set up no boundaries for anything else.
Right.
But anyway, so they kill him as an example of, look, we'll kill him and he works for us. So that means we'll kill anybody. We don't care. And so reluctantly, Keanu pretends that he's going to give in, and he doesn't exactly give in. He replicates his own mind, is what he ends up doing. And then he imprints it onto the robot 345. And then the robot comes after the head of the corporation.
Yeah.
Which was cool. That was a great scene.
Yeah. It's like, we get some action.
Yeah. That was the most action in the film, honestly. And well, you kind of had the chase scene. That was a little bit of action too, so on and so forth. But yeah, so he goes after the head of the corporation and everything, and he's about to kill him. And William stops, slows him down. Let's say slows him down. And then basically gives him an ultimatum, says, you will let my family go. And if you do, I'll do this for you. And basically saying, I can give you a second chance because you're going to die, but I can bring you back the same way I brought my family back. So he does. And then when he does, the robot is now fully working with his mind in it. So he has all the brilliance of William, Keanu Reeves, and Keanu Reeves can go off and be on the beach
with his family,
and not have to work for the company anymore, while they go cater to billionaires and giving billionaires basically a new life as they get old and die is what they're doing. And that comes to the question Megan had. So does the robot and Keanu Reeves both get paid by the company?
Aha.
Because technically the robot is Keanu Reeves also.
Yes.
So now we're at the end. And I was like, man, I don't know if it's like a mirage of a happy ending, because we have kind of the happy ending with the family.
Yes.
Because then he also gets the last pod and he's able to bring back Zoe, his youngest daughter, who that was also an ethical conundrum, because when he made the decision that he wasn't going to bring back Zoe, he then started deleting memories from each of them of Zoe, basically trying to erase her. And I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is just terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's tough. That was tough. That was really
tough. But so you kind of got this mirage of a happy ending for the family, because they're all back together, they're all alive, so on and so forth, and living happily ever after. And then you still got the evil company going on with Keanu Reeves' character's brilliance behind it.
Yeah. And
I was just like, oh, dang, that's not such a happy ending.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to get your thoughts on.
Yeah. I was mixed. I was mixed about it, because it really wasn't a full win for the bad guy as much as it was he did what he had to do to protect his family, kind of a thing. And not that I like it, but that was the whole point of the movie. It was really to get you thinking from an ethical standpoint, as you were talking about. Just it made you face some of those questions. We can all say, "Oh yeah, what would you do?" I don't know what you do, but it brought it home in dealing with.
I don't have the capability of cloning my family, so I'm not going to make the same decisions he made.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And who knows where technology will take us. I'm all up for the give me a little brain implant kind of a thing. And that takes you back to another Keanu Reeves, which is Johnny Mnemonic. Which that's one where he had the chip in his head that he could download information to, and then be a courier of the information.
That's an old movie.
You've got to admit, if there's any one person in this world that has spent really looking in sci-fi films and being really a part of those in sci-fi technology, it's been Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got this movie, you got Johnny Mnemonic, you got The Matrix.
Yeah.
And even CD Projekt Red gaming company, the Cyberpunk 2077, he's a main character in that game.
Wow.
And that's talking about cybernetics and all that. I thought, man, that's a great casting. It's finally free on PlayStation Plus. I waited for several years. So
years and years ago when Bill and Ted's came out, I never imagined that Keanu Reeves would have turned into the star that he is today.
Right?
I mean, he's one of the biggest stars in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then you think back to Wild Stallions.
Yep.
That's where it all started.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
It is pretty funny. And yeah. So, man, I would love to see him do a sci-fi martial arts movie outside of the Matrix realm.
Like, I was going to say that was called Matrix.
Yeah, but that was also had some philosophical aspects to it too, as well.
Sure.
But I would say that, I mean, he did another one, The Man from, Tai Chi. There's something he helped produce and write, but he played the villain. I don't like him as a villain actually, but he does a pretty good one. But it's great martial arts with this guy who's just incredible martial artist who played the good guy.
It's almost hard to say he's the good guy in this film too. I mean, he's not the villain. He's definitely not the villain.
Yeah.
But, when you think of him as a cold scientist, and he's bringing back his family on just those cold science facts, you know. And he let's face it, he's selfish. He's selfish, He's only bringing them back for selfish reasons, so on and so forth. So, he's almost not exactly the good guy in here either. Yeah,
that's true.
But he's not the bad guy. The bad guy's definitely the head of the corporation. That guy's the bad guy. He's sure bad.
He's the bad guy.
Oh, I didn't like him at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is he capable of?
Brenda says Point Break.
You mean Michelle?
Oh, Michelle said it. Sorry. Point Break. I like Point Break too. I wouldn't.
Point Break was good.
I wouldn't say that was my favorite.
No.
Well, it's hard to pick a favorite Keanu Reeves movie. There's so many of them.
Yeah. Ronin 47. Did you ever see that one?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a good fantasy style based on a true events kind of a thing. But it takes more of a fantasy lean to it. Special effects and stuff are pretty good. There's a whole mythos about the swords they use too that's really good in it and stuff. Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll have to go down a whole Keanu Reeves rabbit hole.
Right?
So
we should do a tier of our top Keanu Reeves movies.
Oh, that'd be kind of fun.
Like take all his movies and then do a tier on them.
Oh, geez. All of his movies?
Well, we only have to talk about 1 or 2 minutes, on each one and why we put it there. kind of a thing. And
There's
just,
a lot of Keanu Reeves movies, and
well,
I
not
haven't
all,
seen
but
every
I think-
one of them, obviously.
Yeah.
Heck, this one I didn't know existed until a week ago.
right? Right.
All
All
right.
right.
So, what's your overall thoughts on this?
It is a good movie. If you're into sci-fi, should you see it if it was in the theater, would have been good to see. Not, it doesn't, you don't have to.
Yeah, I agree.
Really, it's not a big panoramic thing, so there's really no need. Seeing it on Prime, if you've already got Prime, it's worth seeing. If you like sci-fi philosophical, dealing with heavy subjects. If you don't, then I wouldn't recommend it.
That's true. I agree with that. If you're not into the heavy philosophical type of sci-fi stuff, this is not going to be your cup of tea.
Yeah.
But if that's what you like with your sci-fi, I think it's a great movie. You know,
It handles it. It handles it. I was going to say well, and I mean that. It does handle it well, but it handles it appropriately to get you thinking.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff he does. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that,
Yeah.
Throughout the film. But yeah, but that's the reason I like it, because he makes those hard choices. And unfortunately, sometimes in life we have to make hard choices. And yeah, it's just his were really bad.
Yeah.
From an ethical point of view, anyway.
That is correct.
I mean, he did get his family back, but question is, are they really his family?
Yes.
Is it really them? I mean,
yes. And we'll end with this. Handles it much more better.
Oh, dang.
Cheers. Thank you, Brenda.
Cheers.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
That was my last sip.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for joining us here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. It's been great to have you join us, and we love the discussions and people comment and your comments that you bring in. Keep commenting below because we do see those. So we love it. We appreciate you guys. If you want to help support us, please check out our website at www.twogeeksmic.com. That's the number 2 GEEKSMIC.com. There you'll find all things Two Geeks, direct thing to our podcast. On Podbean, if you want to do Podbean, but we are on a whole bunch of other podcast sources, Spotify, iTunes, and the like. And then also, if you'd like to support us, you can get to us from there on Ko-fi.com/2geeks, ko-fi.com/2geeks, number 2 GEEKS. What's cool about that is we got a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $3 tier where you can just help support us. We do that. We do have some extra stuff that's on Ko-fi. It's kind of like Patreon, but we like it
much more better.
Much more better.
Cheers,
everybody. We really enjoy it. And so be sure if you can support us. You don't have to, but it just helps. We just use it to pay for all the stuff that we need to pay for in order to do the podcasting and everything. So we also have a merch page that you can help support us with, twogeeksmicmerch.com. You can get to it from our website or go directly to GEEKSMICMERCH.com, twogeeksmicmerch.com, and check out some fun little t-shirts and stuff that we have there as well. Mike, anything else?
Yes, if you made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on the socials. I try to be active on Facebook and Instagram. I might post some funny memes. I might post some comic book facts, so on and so forth. But I also post when we go live. And speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest because I don't like to do math. And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and we try to be live on Rumble. I'll get it posted to Rumble here in the next hour. So, anything else? Last words, funny anecdotes, etc., etc.
Nope, we covered it.
All right,
good show.
So, with that said, yes, good show. Thank you. With that said, please do not skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.